Are you comfortable in your relationship or are you settling in? In today's podcast, Cece and I, we're going to talk about what it means to be comfortable and what it means to be settling in. And how do you make sure that you find one that works for you? So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Cece, and I'm joined by my hubby. What's up, babe?
Hey, this is Will, and
What's up?
Welcome back. I'm good. I'm on vacation. I'm good.
I know.
So, welcome back. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out these videos. This is a weekly podcast, and in this podcast, we talk about love and relationship.
And family.
Anyway,
sir, with an attitude, before we get into this topic, we like to go into what we call our blissful moment. So what's your blissful moment, baby?
I'm on vacation.
Still, we know that. The audience know that. You mentioned this last week. What else is new?
I made a list to keep myself organized on vacation.
How's that going so far?
I've been following the list. I've been adding things on the list. I have been.
I feel like you're adding as you go along with your vacation.
No, for instance,
go ahead.
Sometimes there are things you didn't think about when you made the initial list.
Just saying.
Hey, listen, it's my list. I can modify it when I want.
Okay, damn, okay.
It's my list. When you make your own list, you can choose to do whatever you want to do with
absolutely
it. So,
right.
But it's been good. It allows me to have an idea of what I want to do and do those things.
Yeah, and then add as you go along.
No, I'm only adding.
I look at the list, so it's like, wait, this was on the list. Then, like
but it's
you
my
said,
list.
there you go. Like you said, it's your list. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm not taking control of your list. I don't want to be like that girl controlling everything. Why are you looking over there for like, what's going on? I'm just trying to help, right? I'm just trying to help, but it seems like you don't want my help, but it's okay.
Oh, I want your help because today and tomorrow I'm gonna do nothing.
Well, listen, guys, as we mentioned last week on our, was it Saturday we mentioned that on the podcast?
Yeah.
You know, our daughter's birthday is this week. And
it's a celebration.
It's a celebration. No party. We're just, hanging, just doing little things here and there, things that she wants to do. Nothing that we want to do. I know I would want to throw a party, but I know my husband said no party, and my mom is retired from cooking. No. So therefore, I have, so therefore we kind of like, just going to do our own thing.
She's going to enjoy herself. And that's it. We go out for dinner, we cut a cake, we sing happy birthday. She gets her gift. That's it.
Yes.
What more can she want?
So now let's go into the topic of the day, baby. What are we talking about today?
The topic of the day is, are you comfortable in your relationship or are you just settling?
Tell me a little bit more.
Now, listen, when you're truly comfortable in a relationship, just like we are, it's less about jumping through hoops, trying to make an impression. It's more about relaxing, Yeah. We can sit and watch TV together. I'll doze off. She gets pissed off, but it's no big deal, But
it's no big deal.
But when you're comfortable, there are things that have no issues, She can hang out in her sweats.
Which I have done for the past. I feel like, I don't know if you guys have done this, but for me, on the weekends, I look forward to put my sweatpants on and my sweatshirt and don't mind me. Don't come at me. Don't ask me anything. Why am I wearing? Because it feels so comfortable because I have my popcorn, my laptop on my lap and eating popcorn, watching Netflix and working on my business. So it feels good.
And we've done the dating thing already,
Yes.
She knows who I am. I know who she is. We know our values align. So, we have that natural rhythm.
It's not forced.
Yes, and everything kind of feel like super comfortable. There's things I do around her, and she may say, "Hey, don't do that anymore," but it's no big deal. Mm-hmm. Now, you do have to think of how comfortable is too comfortable, and what if your relationship starts getting too routine, you know,
or even boring?
Yeah. So and how do you know if you're in a secure relationship or if you're not?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So, but I know you've mentioned, some routine stuff. And she'll call it out.
I will. And I know we not boring people. Like, people may look at us like, oh my God, Will and CC, they're like very strict here. Like, we do have a routine, but we can have fun.
Yes.
Right?
And sometimes if you stick to your routine so much, you may forget to have fun. And this is where sometimes we have to call each other out. And the comfort allows us to call each other out, because if something's not happening, we can sit and say, hey, check this out. Now, I'm good for processes and procedures and routine. If something's supposed to happen, I'm just gonna jump on it. And I know there's been cases where I had something I had to do. I come from work and I'm jumping on it, and it's like, hey, relax, chill a little bit.
Take a breather. Take a breather.
So what's the difference between being in a comfortable relationship or are you just settling in? Now, the distinction could be subtle. So we're going to go over a few things, and I'll answer your question. What does it mean to be this, and what does it mean to be that? And I'm
sure a lot of us are waiting to hear what's the difference between being comfortable.
So let's get into it. First, let's kind of look to see what does it mean? What does comfort feels like?
Yes.
And I know we mentioned a couple of things a moment ago.
Cozy, sweatpants, t-shirt, like, hoodie and rip pants, whatever you want to call it,
Well, it's a state of relaxation. You relax with your partner.
That's comfortable.
I can see you without makeup.
Very
few people sees you without makeup. She doesn't look much different without makeup.
Thank you.
But I've seen you early in the morning with the puffy eyes and that.
I don't have puffy eyes, sir. I do not have puffy eyes, but I do have those.
Everybody has puffy eyes.
I don't, except for me. But anyways.
But I've seen you and state that many people may never get a chance to see you in, and they're good with this. You've seen me with my belly sticking out, which many people don't get to see me this way. I'm good at sucking it in.
I'm right. Really good at sucking you are very good at sucking it in. I don't think people know that you have a belly because you don't look like you have one.
I'm good at sucking it in.
Yes, you are.
But soon I won't have to anymore because I'm going through this program. But when you reach this comfortable stage of a relationship, everything flows. No more games. No more games. You're not second guessing if your partner's gonna text you back. You're not wondering.
And you're not worried about them flirting with other people. When they go out with their friends.
She worries about me being nice to other people.
Nice, but not. You can be nice, but the flirtation.
She worries about me cracking jokes with pretty women, which I shouldn't be joking with pretty women, but she has issues with it.
I have no issues with it. I don't care. I don't care. You do what you do, but just know that who's watching.
If I make a girl smile.
Okay, baby. No, I don't have that issues. Come on, I'm not an insecure person. Maybe I was back then when we were dating, but it's been years now. I don't have that issues anymore.
She's grown. Actually, I haven't done that. I think
we all have that.
Now that I know that I haven't done that, so I'm going to test it. Next time
you'll see what you get. So be careful what you ask for.
Next time we go out, I'm going to test it.
Be careful what you ask for.
Okay, I guess I should relax.
You should relax.
But going back to that comfort stage, you know that you can totally count on your partner to keep you safe, to be there for you.
Yeah, you let your guard down.
So
I do let my guard down around you though.
Well, you have to be able to. We're comfortable with each other. So comfort is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
However, sometimes people can feel like it's getting real boring, like we mentioned earlier. We're too comfortable that we start letting ourselves go.
Yes.
Or we start doing less
for your partner
because you don't think it's necessary.
Well, I know I asked earlier about that question, but now I want to ask you this is a question from me to you. So the audience could know what really defines a comfortable relationship. So some people need to know.
Well, let's see. Let's look at you. You have to feel safe and you have to feel secure in that relationship.
True.
You know, when you're a partner, you know that this person got me. This person got my back.
Yes, like are you like true to yourself?
Are you able to be yourself around
that
this person?
Yes.
Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel at ease? You know, we may have disagreement, but during the time that we disagree, that doesn't mean we mad and we hurting each other. We can sit and resolve a disagreement in a way that still says, I love you. I just didn't like what you say, or I just oppose this idea that you have. So, you know, in a comfortable relationship, conflicts are not seen as a rupture, like some craziness going on. It just means that this is something that we haven't seen eye to eye on, and that creates an opportunity for us to learn how to best deal with this.
Right.
So yes, but the safety and security is important, and when you're in a relationship where you can solve arguments with your partner, and not find yourself calling each other's name at the end of the day, or walking out on each other.
Yeah.
Or saying that I regretted being with you.
Yeah, that happens.
So in a comfortable relationship, you have to feel safe, and not just a woman. You know, both party has to feel safe, secure, and I'll add one more thing: respected. You know, so yes, that's one thing. Another thing,
but before you move on, but I definitely agree with you. I feel like you have to be true to yourself around that person, right? Yeah. Because a lot of us, we tend to be fake because we want to make because we want to make it work. If we're being honest here, we want to make it work. So therefore, we just like not ourselves. We're just trying to please the other person. But I definitely agree with what you just said earlier. That was really good, babe.
Hey, you know, I got some skills. Now, another thing is you gotta be able to honestly express the things you need.
Do I do that? Do I express the things that I need?
A bit more than no. Hey, listen, she speaks what she desires, which is she does.
Yes,
which is good, you know, and it's okay, you know.
Yes.
If you're going through some challenges and if some things don't quite sit right, it's okay to call your partner and vent. You know, and when you feel hurt or something, you need to be able to express that.
Yes.
Not in a way that's gonna cause you guys to start hating each other, but in a way to express, you know what you didn't quite settle in. Maybe next time you'll do it differently.
I agree.
Yeah. So being able to express what you need. Now I'm talking about those are emotional needs in case something happened, you need to get fixed, but there may be physical needs as well. You need to be able to express that and express it to your partner and be able to find ways together to find these things and make it happen. You know, don't want something and afraid of ever bringing it up, and you find that you're suffering in silence.
I mean, that happens to a lot of us. That happens to a lot of us who's afraid to approach our partner. Maybe our partner may have a character that we don't feel comfortable, right? It could be something that, hey, you yelled at me in the past. Let me not say this again, or I've had this issue with my partner in the past, so therefore I don't know how this relationship might take the way I see things, because it can be tough for the ladies.
It can be, and
I don't know about for the guys.
I know some experience, and you mentioned previous relationship, because many people, based on the experience they've had in previous relationships, sometimes that will cause them to self-censor themselves when it comes to things. So, but yeah, being able to honestly express whatever it is that you want.
Yeah.
Now, whether you get it, that's something else.
But at
being
least
able
you
to-
know you did.
So that's one thing. Another thing is having the ability to set some boundaries, draw some lines, no crossing lines. Right?
Yes. Being able to separate yourself from your partner is one of the critical,
Yes.
right?
Yes. You know, your relationship should not come at a loss to you, meaning losing yourself, losing who you are, losing some of the things that are valuable to you, losing your respect.
Yes.
I know there are relationships where the dominant partner may take control of everything and completely dismiss the other one. So they need to be some.
Unfortunately, that's real life stuff.
Yes. So being able to set some boundaries, you know, and for you to be able to do that, you need to be able to accept yourself for who you are.
You know, it's funny as you were talking, I'm thinking about people in our community, like either the older people, sometimes they don't know how to express or set boundaries, right? They don't know how to separate themselves from their partner because they afraid of losing them. Especially, I would say, because, you know, back home, whatever the master says,
The master gets.
right, you do what he asks you to do. So therefore, with that mentality, a lot of them are fighting to learn to detach or to choose themselves. But as we're doing this podcast, one thing, as you were talking, I'm thinking about this, like the younger generations, our generations, should be able to express themselves and should be able to choose themselves for when it comes to whatever they need to stand up for, being honest with yourself. You got to do it for you, not because you're afraid so-and-so might leave you. Because if this person decided to not be with you anymore because it was not meant to be, think about it.
So settling in, it takes away from you because you're having to give up, you know, things that are important to you. And when you give up things that are important to you, you're literally living a lie.
Yeah. And there's tons of people out there who's doing that, who's just trying to make the relationship works and just trying to make it survive. And it's tough out there. It's tough, especially you've been with someone for such a long time. And then you trying your best to make sure that you keep the thing on.
So, you know, another thing, compromise in a relationship is normal, right?
Yeah, of course it's normal. We compromise all the time.
Yeah, I compromise all the time.
We compromise all the time.
Yes.
But not everyone can do that.
We give or take, but it'd be bad if I was the one who's always compromising, who's always giving up my stuff.
Right.
Yeah, just so I can
please you.
Keep the relationship.
I know people who do this, and I know it's not a good thing. I mean, if you have a partner who don't want to learn and grow, like, why do I have to keep like changing things just because I want to please you? Like, listen, you got to grow up at some point, right? I feel like it's okay if we don't do it your way. It's okay if we're like,
yeah, and sometimes you got to get your way. And at the end of the day,
I'm not always.
You know, when you're finding out you're compromising, you sometimes accepting less than what you should be getting, less than what you desire. And that's never a good thing.
No, sir. Not here. Not here. And I'm sure there's a lot of you girls out there who won't settle for less.
Yeah. And you shouldn't.
Accepting less, settle for less, you know, than what you deserve or what you desire. I mean, you shouldn't. My mom always tell me, you deserve more, you can do more. So
she said you deserve more than me? Oh, I have to have a chat with your mom.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I mean, if you want more, you have to look to see, are you getting what you want?
Yes.
Now, I know some people sometimes compromises just to keep the peace.
Yeah. But then what is hurting though?
Oh, yeah.
Someone is like hurting. Someone is suffering. And I want to go back into our culture because I truly feel like people from back in the days, because of the way things were back then, they just suffer inside because they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But I don't think we should ever settle. Should we ever?
You shouldn't. And you know, if you're in a relationship where you're not at ease, you feel like you always have to watch what you say,
And how you say it.
You know, and you feel like your true self is never
Yeah,
out.
it's like I don't want to hurt his feelings if I say it this way because I know he may not like it. But at some point, I'll be like, babe, I just gotta let you know how I truly feel. You gotta grow up at some point, right?
Yes. And this is where when you're in a relationship like this, you emotionally compromise.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a good feeling. You know, you feel like you have to perform.
Yeah.
Where there's certain things that's expected of you, and in some cases you may even feel like you're responsible for this person's happiness.
Yeah. It's like if I don't do it, he or she's not gonna be happy, or I'm gonna do it for the sake of her happiness or for his happiness.
Yeah. You
Right?
should do stuff so you can keep me happy.
You better grow up. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Because I don't like it. I feel like I'm being forced. I'm being fake. Because if it's something that we've done in the past, it's like someone don't like when you do certain things certain way because they're gonna get upset.
And I don't think any one of us should be responsible for the other person's happiness. If you keep having to do things
You are
just
responsible for my happiness.
in a different way,
And I
I'm
am
not-
responsible for
I'm not
yours.
giving up myself just so I can make you happy.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if I'm giving up myself to keep you happy, then internally I'm not happy. And if I'm not
Right.
happy, you can expect me to stick around for long. So, but you know, but those are things that's important to look at, because at the end of the day, one person is suffering,
Yes.
and if you're suffering, it's never in your best interest. So, but now, you know, when you, all of us have to look at our relationship.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable like we are, then you're good. Now, one word of caution, you got to make sure that you don't let it get to the too comfortable thing.
Yeah. Too comfortable. Is not it. We are very too comfortable. Sometimes I feel like we're too comfortable.
Yeah, it gets to that point, and that's when we
then again,
need to give ourselves a nudge. Hey, let's look at this, because you know we got to throw a couple of things in the mix.
Yes, but then again, I feel like because we've been married for so long, we've been together for so long, and we are comfortable around each other. And sometimes because we have so much going on into our business, we don't get bored. We constantly have things that we're working on. We constantly have, I go to places a lot, but we do things different.
And this is where we have to keep a close eye on it, because we have so many things that we're doing. Sometimes these things don't involve us.
True. That is so true. That is so true.
And if the things don't involve us, although it may be important things that you're doing,
Yes.
but the us is still important.
That is true.
And you know, you gotta watch out for too comfortable, because sometimes there are things that may be important. Because you're too comfortable, you expect the other person is going to be okay with
Right.
it, and you don't. However, if you're at the point where you're comfortable, that means things are working. Things are running right. So keep doing it, but just keep an eye out for the things that you may
Yeah.
miss.
This is so true. We don't really do this a lot. You're right. You're right.
Now, on the other hand, if you find that you're settling, if you looked at those things we mentioned that could be signs of you settling in, if you find that you have those in your relationship, this is not a time to take matters in a different direction.
What do you mean?
Sit them down and have a conversation. Or sit her down and have a conversation. We'll marry her. Because this is the time where the we need to talk kind of need to happen.
Yeah.
Because this conversation will determine where your relationship goes next. And if you're the person who's been bending or compromising for the sake of the relationship, then this is where you need to put your foot down, set your boundaries, and really speak your feelings and what you expected to come out of this relationship.
Yeah.
To see where you go. Because at the end of the day, the things that are making you feel like you're settling, you need to bring them out there in the open.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where you and your partner will later decide, you know what? Yes, we're going to make these changes. We're going to make these changes. We're going to make these changes. Or, no, I don't want to make any changes. I'm good the way I am. And you know, after this conversation, you'll realize where you are in that relationship. Is it a relationship you want to stay in and keep working at it? Or is it a relationship, you know what? I thought it could, but obviously it's not.
Right.
And then you'll take the proper steps. But either way, you have to have that conversation if you realize you're settling in. Because eventually you're going to have to face it. I'll just face it now.
You are going to have it. And I want to say one thing before we wrap up is that be honest with each other. Honesty is the key. Communicating is the key. Communicate with your partner.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we're afraid of approaching someone because we don't know how they're going to react. And us ladies, we have to be more assertive, more aggressive as to what we want. Our happiness matter. You know, my parents been together for like 40 plus years, and my mom is very, very an honest person. Like, she'll tell you like it is, cold, hardly.
But it's got no filter.
My mom got no filter, and I feel like I'm actually growing to be like that, and it's okay. My husband know me well enough. Like if I say something to him, like I don't mean to hurt his feelings, but it's okay to be assertive and ask what you want and be honest. Hey, we gotta sit and talk about this. This is not working. How can we work this out? I'm not happy or whatever it is. So we need to get it together. Communicate with your partner, and I think you know. Tell them what you need. Tell them what your needs are. And I think that's something that once you marry someone, they need to know your needs and they need to know what makes you happy, that you're not going to settle for less and you are going to do whatever you need to do to keep the marriage. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so have that chat. One thing I say, it's good to be assertive.
Yes.
But watch how assertive you get and the choice of word you make. Because assertive doesn't mean that you're going to be crazy rude and you're going to make this person feel like, I don't need you.
Right.
If it's a relationship that you value, take the approach that will help you build the relationship as opposed to destroy it. Because sometimes we can tackle this conversation and all the words are saying is that I don't want it anymore, right? And if that's your choice, then that's it. But do it intentionally.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, guys, we appreciate you listening to our podcast today on Are You Comfortable in Your Relationship?
Or are you settling?
I know we're not settling. We're comfortable, so we're good.
We are.
Hopefully, all of you are good as well. But if you're not, then this is when you need to have this conversation with your partner and make sure that you get to be good. So, thank you very much for listening. We appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out our podcast. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out these videos. Thanksgiving week is next week. Right. We want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy gobble.
Please eat. Eat as much as you can.
Eat a lot of turkey.
Or if you're on a program like myself, please watch you eat and control yourself.
Well, I'm going to drink for him.
There we go.
Drink, party, and eat. Be with your family. Be thankful. Be grateful.
Yes. So have a happy Thanksgiving with your family. Be safe on Black Friday. There's usually some craziness happens. If you're going to be out there, so be safe. And we will see you next Saturday. Oh, no, before we go, please remember to like and subscribe and leave some comments. I almost forgot that. Now I can say we'll see you next Saturday.
That's right. Bye.